Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya, for seekers of God. Spiritual Talks of Mahapurush Swami Shivananda, continuation of chapter 102, page 287, episode 244. Mahapurush Maharaj speaks about intimacy in one's relation with God and effect of Sri Ramakrishna's company. Sri Ramakrishna's mere look could grant samadhi. Mahapurush Maharaj continues, the mind becomes purified by spiritual practices, renunciation and austerities. And in that pure heart, the love for God finds expression and God reveals himself there. The thing that matters is to love God, thinking him to be one's own. The Gopis knew Krishna is ours. Just think of that idea of intimacy. In that, there is no idea of godhood, no hankering even for salvation. Only love absolute reigns supreme. Only pure devotion remains. And holy companionship has the wonderful power of generating love for God. Who is really a holy man? Who is a really holy man? The man in whose heart sits God himself. The man in whose heart sits God himself. It is only as the result of merit, punya, earned in a succession of lives, that one has the good fortune to associate with holy people and be blessed by them. It must be the result of your merit, punya, earned in many lives, that you have been able somehow to enter this holy order of Sri Ramakrishna. Mahapurush Maharaj continues, the whole course of a man's life becomes reoriented as a result of holy association. The whole course of a man's life becomes reoriented as a result of holy association. And its effect too is very lasting. In our own lives, we notice that we might have been in the Master's company, in the company of Sri Ramakrishna, perhaps for an hour or two, during all of which we might not have talked with him much, but its effect lasted for days. We would be then in a sort of God intoxication, as it were, and we would be absorbed in thinking of God all the time. Sri Ramakrishna is an exception, to be sure, for Sri Ramakrishna was none other than God himself, the incarnation for this age. A mere kind look of his could grant a man samadhi, and a mere touch of his could bring about the revelation of God. The contact with perfected souls will most certainly stimulate love for God in others. The contact with perfected souls will most certainly stimulate love for God in others. That is a unique phenomenon. That is also a test for knowing whether one has seen God. One imbibes thoughts of God as soon as one comes near a realized soul. In a book of the Vaishnavas, they have a fine saying, at whose sight one is reminded of Krishna spontaneously, know him to be chief among the Vaishnavas. Just as one feels the heat of fire when one approaches it, so also one's heart and soul are afire with thoughts of God when one comes in contact with a truly holy man. A worm is placed on the head of a deity along with the flower it sits on. So also does companionship of the saints save the fallen ones. So also does companionship of the saints, satsanga, save the fallen ones. To be continued. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.